because I don't know what he's going to sing. During Obasanjo's time, he sang Jaga Jaga, Nigeria, Jaga Jaga, everything scatter, scatter, poor man, they suffer. Now, it took about 10 to 15 years after Obasanjo to sing Emi Lokan, OTDAB Lokan. And within the space of a few months now, everything done red. But this one still they talk about profit that marketers will make from Dangote refinery. Aye.
Rufai, thank you very much. A very important question you asked. I'll tell you the game NNPC is playing. NNPC says they are the sole buyer to the Dangote refinery because, of course, they are the state oil company in Nigeria. Now, NNPC is making a profit on the stock that they sell to the marketers, independent marketers. And I dare tell you that at the rate they are selling to independent marketers, they are not only making a profit, they are not paying any subsidy on that rate. Okay? And that if we follow the Dangote refinery template, right, Nigeria will be saving 471 billion naira every month in payments that would have gone into subsidy. For you to get an idea of what the ex-refinery price is, which is where Dangote is responsible, look at the Platts system. Today, you have anywhere between $680 and $700 per metric ton. 1 metric ton of PMS is 1,341 liters. You simply take $700, divide it by 1,341, you will get a raw ex-refinery price. You add the premium, anywhere between $40 and $80, divided by 1,341 liters, add it to the Platts, and you get the ex-refinery price for PMS from the Dangote refinery. It's not the fault of Aliko that NNPC does not have cash to pay, and they have to go to bank to raise an LC. And the financing cost of about $28 per metric ton has to be passed to the consumer. It's not the fault of Alaji that you have bulk storage terminal fee, you have shuttle fee because there's no pipeline infrastructure to evacuate PMS around Nigeria. It's not the fault of Dangote that the government has built in NMDPRA fee, it has built in distribution, it has built in inspection fee. It's not his fault. So when you look at this template, you understand that NNPC is trying to eat his cake and have it back. It wants to be the sole buyer, selling to the marketers at a profit, and is refusing them to go directly to the refinery. It doesn't want to deregulate the market. Port Harcourt refinery turnaround maintenance has failed. Yeah? Okay. And then last month, it imported 1 billion liters of PMS or 814,000 metric tons of PMS. And it has booked cargoes.
Nuisance, Lele.
They talk. Once you see them wearing suit and tie, they were, oh, okay, you tell me now. Do you understand what he's saying? Did you understand that? What he's trying to say? It is to confuse you. Last, you are just going to be like this. Okay. What if they ask you, what is okay? Do you understand what he said? NNPC is importing this. NNPC want to be sold this. So marketers should go straight to Dangote. Dangote itself no go tell you how much they sell in products. What does that tell you? Why is it so hard for Dangote to say, ladies and gentlemen, my own petrol per liter from my refinery, because of the cost, is 500 naira per liter. I mean, you can say it, not waiting for NNPC to tell you how much it is. Then one day, NNPC will tell you they are the ones buying it from Dangote. They are the only ones, Abi. So they got their 300 trucks from Dangote. Where is the 300 trucks? Where is that product? At least 300 trucks they said they got from Dangote. Where are they? Where is that product? You, Dangote, how much is your... If you put Dangote in front of me right now, I say, Aliko, look at me. Look at me. Tell me the truth. How much is a liter of petrol from your refinery? It will deflect. It won't say it. It will begin to talk like the same way they chop, hot nail. Issue, where they carry issue, they pack issue, hot metals. Put them inside this one. See, the question is very straightforward. Aliko, èló ni petrol refinery. How much is a liter of petrol? Tell us now. They won't say. Because they are all in on it. All in on it to please you, push you left, push you right. Last, they won't give you an answer. They won't. I've tried my best to see, even though we try to work it out and realize that from Dangote's refinery, it is actually like a 1,000, almost 1,100 naira a liter of petrol, and it is because of the exchange rates. When we did the findings, right, it was like 1,097 naira to 1,100 naira. That's how much it costs to buy Dangote refinery per liter. So if you now go there, the marketers who have known that the marketers, the independent marketers themselves are saying, man, they would rather just buy imported fuel. Like they would rather just go abroad and bring in their own fuel. But they are not allowed to do that. It is still the NNPC that will bring the fuel in or give them the license if you are in their good book. But in this case, Wale Tinubu of Ohando, and them they get the contract. Now them they sign the contract out now, not NNPC per se. So if they brought in 1 billion liters and they say, okay, it costs 1,200 naira per liter with the landing cost, NNPC will say, let's write it down that it costs 1,050 naira or it costs 900 naira. We'll pay you the difference. Here you get. So don't tell everybody that it is 1,002. We'll tell everybody how much it is because everyone expected us to be the one to bring the fuel in. We can't tell them that you are the one who brought it in. You are the one we gave the money to. They are using your money, using Abu to entertain Abu. Abu's money to entertain Abu. You get that? Ohando have the power to bring so much 1 billion liters of petrol to Nigeria. 1 billion. But they are not spending their money. It is Nigeria's money. Then when they bring it to Nigeria, NNPC will now also still pay them difference and say, Ohando, the difference is how much? Or the difference is 300 naira. Okay, we'll pay you. That's where the whole fraud is. I've shared this with you before, and that is what a share of that is what Dangote wants. He's not saying he wants to take over everything, but with the production, the cost of production of a liter of petroleum in a Dangote refinery, is almost over. It's almost 1,100 naira now. So if he says that to you, some would prefer to go and bring the fuel from abroad. So NNPC said, okay, we are not middlemen anymore. Everybody should go and buy from Dangote. The independent marketer approached Dangote. Dangote said, no, I'm not selling to you. How much do you want to sell it to us? Talk. When they finally got to know how much he wants to sell it, a company like all of them signed a non-disclosure agreement. If you ask the oil marketers and say, when you met Dangote, how much did he say he wants to sell it to you? At least all of them don't meet Dangote. How much in saying he wants to sell it to you per liter? They won't tell you. They will be playing here and there. But the truth is that they will now tell you that it is cheaper to bring the fuel from abroad. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. Tell us what they told you. They won't say it. Because they are all like acting like they are cultists. They are playing all of you in such a way that, right? And that is why this civil society group said they will need to do something about it. No. Right? I think it's this part.
Thank you very much to know that this collective the role of the Nigerian police in the crisis in River State. Because for the Nigerian police or for the court to say police should not provide security is...
This is them giving what they call the State of the Union. I think it's a long watch. I'm going to come back to that. Let's take on this Yeye Bello story. Okay? The issue of Yeye Bello is so ridiculous that it is as ridiculous as it is embarrassing as well. Here is EFCC publicly summoning Yeye Bello over the corruption. They have been looking for him. They said they are looking for him. They haven't found him. So they now went on to a court and decided to publish this public summon since they can't find him. So EFCC, rather, EFCC is now using the social media. Alaji Yahoo Adoza Yeyebelu of Wuse Zone 4 Abuja, Benghazi Street. So the complaint has been made this day on behalf of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that you, Yeye Adoza Bello, sometimes within the year 2016 up until 2023, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, did commit offenses to with criminal breach of trust, contrary to Section 311 of Penal Code Law, Cap 89, Laws of Northern Nigeria, 1963, punishable under Section 312 of same law, and having possession of control of property reasonably suspected to have been unlawfully obtained contrary to and punishable under Section 319A of the Penal Code Law, Cap 89, Laws of the Northern Nigeria, 1963. Share Ramo with you. Northern Penal Code, Northern Nigeria, Bawo. Yeah? Penal Code of, okay. So the court shall said, you are hereby summoned to appear before the Federal Capital Territory High Court of Justice on the 14th day of November 2024 at the hour of 9 a.m. to answer to the said complaint. Yeye Bello now receive invitation from Nigeria court. Since EFCC no be find out that we need you to come to court. Meanwhile, remember the Okorocha guy, when he was governor of Imo State, he is also accused of stealing the Imo State people's money. But when the EFCC was looking for him and they couldn't find him, see how they entered his house.
Coming through the ceiling. They're breaking the ceiling. They're coming through the ceiling. Look at this. Look at this. There is somebody without any documents. Look at them. Look at them. Don't worry, Mommy. I know what to do. How about look at them. Get on the floor. See them. Get on the floor. Look at them. Look at them. This is how EFCC is coming in to pick some. Coming through the ceiling.
Now EFCC with that too. They climbed the fence since Okorocha locked the door and they couldn't gain entrance. They just broke through the ceiling from outside like thieves, broke through the ceiling and then found themselves into the living room and they eventually they arrested Okorocha that day. I don't know if some of you remember that. It was not even in, it's not in Abuja, it was actually in Owerri. It was at Owerri then, the state capital of Imo State. Now, the same people are writing letters, posting it on social media because they can't get Yeye Bello. Yeye Bello is so difficult to get. Here is what one of them had to say.
What then is the use of him being declared wanted if he can walk into your office and walk out, and then, you say that there are reasons you can't arrest him. Why is he then wanted? And then, of course, if you remember later that day, there were reports that the EFCC went, to once again exchange gunfire, I believe. I don't know what happened at the Kogi State government house. So what then is the use of all of that if you say that there are reasons you can't arrest him?
Yeah, you see, now, when he came to our premises, I just told you that ordinarily, using ordinary logic, you expect that somebody that has been declared wanted, it was your premises, you take him into custody. But we have reasons that are beyond what the public may have known. And I'm not going to talk about it. The Kogi State incident, what happened at the governor's lodge, I was there. There's a lot of misinformation, a lot of misrepresentation about what happened. I was there. Which is so why we are... nothing.
So what
You
happened?
understand? So
Yeah, what happened there?
now, what happened there? When he came, it is true that we asked him to go back, and at the appropriate time we will come for him. I mean, there was an agreement that he will come back. So, and we went, as a responsible law enforcement agency, to meet with him, to have discussions with him, and to bring him, in the way we wanted. And of course, the security details opened fire, raising issues, and because we didn't want anything that may cause a kind of breakdown of law and order, we had to ask our men, to retreat and to come back. It's not the EFCC that opened fire.
So, I'm sorry. I'm mostly just responding to what you said initially, that there are reasons you didn't arrest him when he came, or you asked him to go back. It just doesn't make sense that you asked him to go back, and then later that day you then go, and then his men open fire at you.
All right. Unfortunately, I mean, you said to us
Don't forget that I earlier told you that at the appropriate time.
What then is the use of?
But is it just me, or I heard you guys' voice even shaking? Like he's got this shaky voice. He's talking about Yeye Bello. Like, is Yeye Bello that powerful? I mean, I was just the underrated Yeye Bello. Yeye Bello of Kogi, is he really that powerful? Because they said that there are some things that are not public, that the public will not understand about Yeye Bello. That they can't really say, what is that thing? It is how the contraption works. It is how they work, operate. Well. Earlier this afternoon, Omoyele Sowore posted a video where he was at the airport trying to check out of Nigeria, going back to the US, I believe. And then the Nigerian immigration took his passport because Sowore is under watch. He's on the watch list of the people of interest by the Nigerian government. And it's in a scenario that also prompted, like, similar thing happened when he arrived in Nigeria about 2 weeks ago. So this one happened this afternoon. I don't know if you have seen it.
The whole funny part of this thing is how they keep, it's like, all of a sudden the system is
working,
right?
yeah. No problem now. What's the issue this time around? Watch list.
Yes, do you have a vacation?
I don't owe anybody this thing to leave and come into Nigeria. I have not committed any crime to be treated like this. So, what is it you want me to present to you?
I'm asking if you don't have any this thing.
So, what is your system saying, that I cannot leave? Is that what your system is saying? Do you have a supervisor? Call them.
Okay.
Yes.
So even the guys working at the immigration is just like, no, our system is just to say you are on the watch list. But what did I do to be on your watch list? I don't know. But they let him go eventually. Yeah. So he posted another video to show to us that, hi Gary, Nigeria, until we meet again. So Showore finally left Nigeria today, and we have no idea when he's going to be back. But anyway, that's just by the way. Okay. So this group of supposed civil society organization, they called a World Press Conference where they highlighted all that happened in Nigeria, especially in the last few weeks and few months, which puts Nigeria on that same pedestal of, to them, a failing country. People can't really peacefully elect their leaders, and where the institutions that were supposed to serve the people are being used, weaponized against the people, starting with that of River State, and then now to the economic downturn caused by the increase in fuel price and all these. So I'll take you to the presser. Let's start with this.
The role of the Nigerian police in the crisis in River State. Because for the Nigerian police or for the court to say police should not provide security is an aberration in the democratic system. So because the nature of our democratic system, when you call something a federation, that means you have a federal, state, and local government. And this third tier of government, which is the local government of within the federation, has its own place in our law. And the greatest one of the biggest reforms for the local government in Nigeria was the 1976 reforms. For what we are saying now, the Supreme Court has given an ultimatum for a local government election to be conducted. And then a court set up to say that police should not provide security, and they should not give register for the CX. CX are not subordinate to the Independent National Electoral Commission. They share the same authority under the Constitution. When I tell people that we have 36 state electoral bodies in Nigeria, plus INEC is 37, most people don't understand. Because CX, if you go to section 197, you will see that what CX are, they are autonomous bodies that are created under the state executive branch. So one of the things that the government has done that have exacerbated the crisis in River State is the fact that the police played active role in trying to sabotage the democratic process. And the government must show that the Nigerian police force must start to learn some basic ethics, that they are not there to serve the appointing authority, but to be loyal to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that is what Bola Ahmed Tinubu should learn, to try to be able to be constructive enough to tell these persons who are in the position of office. When the police was withdrawn from the secretariat, I was very sure that it was meant to cause havoc. It was meant to be able to leave that place unsecured, to leave it not unsecured. But when you saw what happened thereafter, you will see that if the police were there, such events wouldn't happen. So the president must know that to keep Nigeria safe, which is the primary purpose of governance, which is to provide security for life and property, because in the absence of this, the nation cannot prosper. In the absence of this, foreign direct investment will not come, because if the community is not secure, people are not going to come to want to invest. So security is very paramount for both property and for life, so that people can invest and be sure that their investment will be done. So the key thing for the president is to equip the police more, is to give them reorientation and ensure that they get the proper training that is required to make sure that all Nigerians are equal before the law, and that there's no one law for the masses, one law for the opposition, and one law for the ruling government. That is not how a democratic system is played. And for the advice, there have been several times we have offered advice to government. This is not the first time. People talked about when he was coming in, he had not even resumed office to check the system, to check what is going on. And he said subsidy was gone. That brought the untold hardship to our people, increasing transportation fare by almost 300%. And you know one thing about transport. Transport dovetail into every cost of everything. Transport increased cost of services, cost of goods and farm product. That brought inflation. Food inflation, as I'm talking to you, is over 40%. Headline inflation is over 32%. We don't know what inflation we would do after yesterday's increase. Because those who have goods and services, we want to also, even up and make profit. So the president must sit down and know that if he was